Welcome to Part 5 of the Ceres New User Orientation. In this video, we review personalization options for Ceres. We review making personal changes to the role center, list pages, and card pages. Users can personalize their Ceres experience to better align with their unique needs, boosting productivity by eliminating unnecessary information and repositioning fields where they are most useful for your tasks. To personalize your Ceres setup, select the gear icon at the top of the window you wish to customize. This opens the options for personalizing the system. Personalizations made by a user are tied to their profile, meaning they remain even if you log in from a different computer. However, these personalizations are not shared between users. To apply a personalization to all users, a profile personalization is required, for which documentation is available on our customer portal. To start customizing your role center, click the gear icon in the top right corner of the screen. From the available menu options, select Personalize. In the top left corner, you can confirm that you are in personalization mode. While personalizing, hovering over fields will show a red pointer, indicating which element you are about to customize. Clicking on the pointer with your mouse displays available options. For this example, let's scroll down to the My Agency's information box. Notice that this area appears grayed out with lines. This indicates that the information is currently hidden from view. When you select the red pointer, you will see your options for modifying this area. If you want to see this information, select the Show option to make it visible. As you can see, the gray lines have disappeared, indicating that this information will be visible once we finish personalizing the screen. To arrange items on your screen, click and hold the pointer with your mouse, then drag and drop the item to the desired location. Like other parts of the page, you can move, hide, or show menu items as needed. This gives you the flexibility to organize your workspace according to your preferences. If we choose to hide donation return orders, when the text font turns gray, it indicates that this item will not be visible after you complete your changes. This visual cue helps track which items are hidden and which are visible. Conversely, selecting Show makes the item visible again. Let's leave this item hidden. Next, click and hold Transfer Orders and then drag and drop it to the new location. Lastly, I want to hide kit bomb movements. When you are finished making changes, select the red box that says Done at the top of the page. You can see the Transfer Orders menu option has moved and items we hid are not visible. To reset your personalization, click the gear icon again. This will give you the option to undo your changes and return to the default layout. Select Personalize. Select Clear Personalization. Select a clearing option. For our example, I will select All. A message is received ensuring we want to continue. Select Yes to continue. Select Done when finished. Our previous changes have been returned to the original settings. Next, let's look at customizing a list page by navigating to the donors list. Like before, we begin by selecting the gear icon and select Personalize from the options. In the top left corner, you can verify personalization mode. On a list page, you can show, hide, or move field columns. Let's move the last invoice date column so it is positioned after the name. As fields are dragged to a new location, a red line indicates where the field will be placed. This red line represents the freeze pane. Columns to the left of this line will stay visible as you scroll through the columns to its right. To adjust the freeze pane to include last invoice date, click the red pointer on that column to set it as the new freeze pane location, and selecting Set Freeze Pane. If a column contains information that is not relevant to your role, you can hide it to reduce clutter. Let's hide the fax number, the location code, and the parent number for this example. So far, we have been hiding columns. Now let's add a new column. Toward the top left of the screen, find and select the plus field option. This allows you to choose and add a column to your view. On the right side of the screen, you can see a list of fields that can be added to the view. For this example, let's drag the Name To field and place it next to the Name field. When needed, search can help find a field to add by selecting this magnifying glass. By searching for fax, we see the field fax number, which was hidden earlier. I'm finished adding fields. Let's close this pane now by selecting the X. Like the Role Center, we can make changes to the menus and submenus. If we select Posted Documents, we can hide any unused menu items, removing unnecessary clutter. Or we can select to show any items currently hidden. If we show the fact boxes, we can also make personalizations there. Like we saw with the Role Center, we can choose to show or hide an item by selecting the red pointer. The information boxes inside the fact box can also be reordered by dragging and dropping the boxes. When finished making changes, select Done. For our final topic, we focus on personalizing card pages. Let's start by opening the search box and find our vendor list. Next, we search for the vendor. And lastly, we select the vendor. Let's minimize the fact box pane and focus on the card. Many of the personalization options covered with list pages also apply to cards, plus a few additional features. Before diving into personalization, let's revisit two card functionalities that were discussed in Part 4 of this series. The Show More, Show Less option allows you to expand or collapse sections to display or hide less common fields. For example, when we select Show Less, only the frequently used fields are visible. During personalization, you will be able to define which fields are affected by Show More and Show Less, providing the opportunity to customize what appears. Selecting Show More will show all the displayed fields again. When certain sections are minimized, select field values remain visible. For example, after minimizing the address and contact section, you are able to see the zip code and contact email information. When personalizing the page, we can define which fields show here. With card personalization, you can hide, show, and move fields. You can also change when a field is seen. Let's start customizing this page by clicking the gear icon and selecting Personalize. Like previously demonstrated in this video, we select the red pointer to view personalization options for a field. Selecting Show under Show More means you will not see the vendor name when Show Less is selected. To demonstrate, let's select Show Less. As expected, you do not see the vendor name unless Show More is selected. Let's open the options for vendor name again. Selecting Show Always ensures the vendor name is visible for both the Show Less and Show More options. Selecting Show When Collapsed displays the field value when the section is collapsed. To verify, let's collapse the general section now. As you can see, the vendor name is showing when the section is collapsed. Let's display the personalization options again and select Exclude from Quick Entry. And let's apply the same setting for Address To and City. Now we can see how Exclude from Quick Entry works. Hitting the Enter key moves you from one field to the next. So, beginning from the Name To field. Hitting Enter moves the cursor to the next entry field, Address. However, when the Enter key is selected again, the cursor moves directly to the State field because we excluded Blocked, Address To, and City from Quick Entry. Adding and moving fields on a card page is the same processes previously reviewed in this video. When finished, select the button labeled Done. Thank you for watching Part 5 in this Ceres orientation series.